Namaste, Jai Bharat. All of us must have often heard of the accusation against Hindus that Hindus are caste ridden. Well, caste is a reality with the Hindus. Fine. And I have seen many people taking advantage of the sayings about caste system, not the real caste system, taking advantages of caste system. And there are many people who say that the Hindus have many gods. Now these people who speak about such things come from an entirely different background of knowing things. So naturally they won't be able to understand it because they have a different background. They have a different state setting. Fine. Now you look into the structure of Hindu caste and the structure of either Christianity or Islam and their caste. The only difference is, to begin with, is that they don't call it as caste. They call it as sects or through some other name. Now just use the word sect to understand this. There are many sects in Christianity and there are also many sects in Islam. How many sects you can't list. Okay, that's not the point, but there are many. Now you just think about the relationship between one sect and other sect in either Islam or Christianity, be the same so-called religion. There are different sects. How these sects are related to one another, you try to understand, try to look at. They have their own, this is important, they have their own worship places. Be it a mosque or a church, they have their own. They have their own priests. One priest of one sect cannot go to another sect's religious place to perform rituals. Both for Islam and Christianity, I am speaking commonly. This is common to all. They have distinct priests and by and large they have also distinct religious texts. The Bible or Quran, they have differences in them for different sects. In Christianity it is more explicit. They have Bibles for different sects. There may be no major variations, but there are variations. Maybe the core or maybe many essential things are common, but then there are differences. If not in the core, could also be in the core at many places, at least in the periphery. There are variations, differences I would say. So they don't have common priests. They don't have common rituals, importantly. They have different rituals. They don't even have a common holy text. And one shall not go to other sects' worship place. For both Christianity and Islam, one cannot go and one shall not go to other person's sect. These differences among the sects in both Christianity and Islam, you look at it and then come back to Hindu Dharma and see how castes are different. You compare the caste differences among the Hindus with the sect differences in both Christianity and Islam. Are they the same? No. Hindu do not have separate temples for different castes. We don't know which caste is administering a temple. A temple may be having its own structure of administration, and those people may be from many castes or maybe from one particular caste. There could be, but we don't know. A Hindu goes to any temple. A Hindu goes to any temple, and a priest is a priest. He can go to any temple as a priest. A priest is accepted. call him as a Brahmin even. It's not necessary these days a priest should be a Brahmin, but nonetheless, if there is a Brahmin priest, he is equal for all temples. So, Hindus do not have different temples for different castes, different books for different castes, different rituals for different castes, different priests, different castes. Pujari is Pujari for all castes. Mandir is Mandir for all castes. When we go to temple, many times we don't even try to find out who is the Murti inside or the deity inside. After getting the temple, we just go to a temple. After going into the temple, you say, oh, this is Hanumanji's temple, or this is Devi Ma's temple, or like the Sindhi's temple, the Jhulalal. But they all are equally important to us, no matter which caste. Nobody is asking your caste in a temple. You go there as a Hindu. And this part of Bharat, the northern part of Bharat, Hindus will walk into any temple. Nobody cares. Nobody will try to even know what your caste is. You will go and take a lota, small vessel, carry water and pour it on Shivalinga. Everybody. The southern temples might not have this freedom that you can go and touch the deity. You can do puja by yourselves. But this part, the Aryavarta part, everybody can do puja. Until of course in certain places restricted because of overcrowding. Somanath is difficult to go in because many people. But Nageshwar could be gone because less people there. Mahakaleshwar is another Jyotirlinga. You can go, and if there is less crowd, do your own puja. So there is no caste red when you go into a temple. So you tell me that sectarian differences among Christianity and Islam is more, or the Hindu caste, and yet they find fault with the Hindus. They are trying to divide Hindus on the name of caste. Castes are temporary. It doesn't play a role. It doesn't play any role in our daily life. Maybe when Christians of marriage comes, caste is looked at. Otherwise not in today's Bharat. Even in marriage, this is overlooked at many places, but it's not a common practice. Now both people should agree. Then only inter-caste marriages can be done, but other than matrimonial relations, caste doesn't matter. Nobody knows, nobody cares, nobody is asking for a person's caste. And through titles people know the caste, but still it doesn't make any difference to relations. We go to the same temple, you do the same thing. So our rituals remain same, our pujari remains same, our holy books, which are mantras we follow, remains the same, and our temples remain same. And you call us divided in the name of caste, whereas you are divided in sects with different religious places to worship, different priests, and different version of the so-called same book. Who is more fragmented, Hindu or others? Think about this. Ask these questions. And the another question, Hindus are multiple deities. They call it as multiple gods. No, that's again a huge mistake. Hindus don't even believe in personal God. For Christians and Muslims and others, God is a person. P-E-R-S-O-N. God is a person. He is a being, he is a person. But for Hindu, God is a reality. It's a tattva. Brahman is the ultimate reality, which is shapeless, nirakara, nishprapanja, etc. The deities are like Shankaracharya says. Now I have to take the help of Shankaracharya. They are like steps of ladder. We approach the ultimate reality, which is formless, through the deities. I need a face in front of me, so I have a murti. I pray Shankar Bhagavan, and through him I would reach the ultimate reality. That is the Hindu method. Hindu dharma is deep philosophy. Deep philosophy. Others have to, both Christians and Islam, they have to weave out a theology to support it. There's a difference between theology and philosophy. And what a Hindu has is not theology, but is philosophy. There are many types of Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism, all taking you to the same place. The ultimate desideratum for a Hindu is not heaven, it's moksha. We have a concept of heaven, but heaven is not a place where a Hindu goes after he dies. Heaven is a place where Devi Devtas are living. Gods and goddesses in small g we use consciously. Gods and goddesses are living. That's Devloka. That's not where we are aspiring to go after death. After death we aspire for moksha. Moksha is a situation that we get liberated from the vicious cycle of birth, death, rebirth cycle. We don't want rebirth. We become one with the ultimate reality. Becoming one with the ultimate reality. Whereas in Christianity, Islam, etc., the personal God is the creator and you are a creation, and a creation can never become creator. So you always remain under that. For us, the ultimate reality is I myself. The Guru tells, thou art that tat tvamasi. I realize I am that, aham brahmasmi. All these things are there in Hindu dharma. And yet, you believe or you think that Hindu is somewhere behind the screen and others are better off updated? No. The most updated is the Hindu dharma. The most, if I use the word, scientific is the Hindu dharma. Others are all shows. They thrive, other religions thrive through two principles: promises of reward after death and threat and fear of punishment if you don't obey me. Me is supposed to be their God, but anybody who is a priest would assume the godship and make you do things. So fear of punishment and promises of rewards. These are the two things that guides a person. What is Hindu faith? It's not based on any promises of reward. It's not based on any fear. We call God as you. We go and touch him, our deities. We don't want a priest who is intermediary between me and the God, so-called reality or the deity, because I am that. For others, the priest represents the so-called God. They have no ultimate reality. We talk about a principle, a reality. Again, let's recall the laws in physics. Conservation of energy and conservation of matter, both are almost the same. The total quantity of energy in the cosmos remains constant. The total quantity of matter in the cosmos remains constant. Both energy and matter are neither created nor destroyed. If you try to destroy either energy or matter, then they simply change forms. And through the combinations of energy and matter, whatever we see, the whole cosmos comes into existence. And our moksha, if we are going back to, our moksha is going back to from where we have come. And if we know from where I have come, I shall know where I am going. Since I do not know where I have come from, I do not know where I am going. The consciousness or Chaitanya is supposed to be pure consciousness, and pure consciousness is without content. And without content means content is all the identities that you find. This is to exist. So, the total energy matter combination is the cosmos. And I am not telling this simply. We have a system of philosophy in Bharat among the six darshanas, the Sankhya. They call it as Prakriti Tattva and Purusha Tattva. Prakriti, you call it as matter. Purusha, you call it as energy. Matter, energy combination and the cosmos. That's precisely what Sankhya says. Prakriti, Purusha combination is the cosmos. Now you tell, who is more scientific? It's food for thought. Think. And when next time somebody calls you as caste ridden, one finger, if someone points at you, all other fingers are pointing at that man. Remember that. Do not surrender. Show them their place. We shall meet. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.